Hi, I'm Rita Wilkins, also known as the Downsizing Designer. Did you know that the 3 toughest challenges when downsizing and decluttering are getting started, finding the time to declutter, and then also staying motivated once you start? So if you're just beginning the downsizing and decluttering journey, and if you're right in the middle of it, you've likely experienced a few challenges along the way. And if you're like most of us, these challenges can stop you or slow you down, preventing you from making that progress that you'd really like to be making. So in this video, I'm going to address each of the 3 toughest challenges people face when downsizing and decluttering and show you how to overcome them. So once you recognize what these challenges are and how they're impacting your progress, it will be much easier for you to then quickly overcome them when they do occur, and then you can move forward with clarity and confidence. So challenge number 1 is just the motivation to get started. So you might have been thinking about it for a long time. You say that you want to declutter, so it's these buts that are stopping you from even getting started. Do you make excuses? And do some of these sound familiar? It's just too overwhelming. I'll never get it all done, so why even bother? Or I'm afraid to let go of my sentimental items. Or I might need it someday, or I might regret giving that stuff away. So, getting started is the first big step, even though you feel and see the burden and the undue stress that clutter causes. Excuse me. And even though you spend so much time looking for things that you need, but you still resist. So here's how to overcome all of those objections. And they're also just justifications for why not to get started. So the first one is to acknowledge the fact that that you really do have too much stuff and that it's definitely impacting your life and your lifestyle. It's stressful, it's overwhelming, there's upset, there's arguments, there's frustration, all of that. And then once you acknowledge that, it'll settle in that this is something that you need to take care of. The second one is to take time to discern the primary reason for you wanting to declutter. So, and if you write this down and actually memorize it, post it everywhere, because this will become your why. It'll help you keep going when you do want to give up. So it could be that you're downsizing to a smaller home and obviously you can't take it with you. It could be that you have so much to deal with and you don't want your kids to have to deal with it when you're gone. Or it could be aging, needing to live in a smaller home. And then the last step to help you get over the justifications for not getting started is to focus on the benefits that you'll receive once you've decluttered and once you're living with less. So it could be, certainly less stress, more organized and a peaceful, calm environment, more time, money, and freedom to do the things that matter most to you. And then once you've done that, create a vision for your life after decluttering. So when you have more time, you can spend more time with your family, your friends, your grandchildren. You'll have more time for you, and then more time for experiences. So travel, learning, growing, whatever it is that you want to do. And so then number 5 is really just start. So it could be just one junk drawer, one shelf, one nightstand top, whatever it is. And you're going to start to feel the impact of that progress, and it'll motivate you to continue. And then the last step is to schedule it. So create a plan for how you're going to accomplish your decluttering tasks and put it on the calendar. So it could be once a day, once a week, but commit to your plan and you're going to start seeing results. So the second biggest challenge is finding the time. So if you find yourself saying, any of the following things, they help to validate your statement so you can see through them. So you might find yourself saying, I can't find the time. I'm too busy to declutter. You could say that I'll start next week, or maybe the week after, or the week after. You could also say, I avoid it because it's just too much to do on your own, physically and mentally. And then another thing you might find yourself saying is, I'd rather be doing something else like pickleball or golf or whatever. And I totally get that. So how do you overcome those challenges, those objections of not finding time? So the reality is we all have the same amount of time. It's how we prioritize that time that will make the real difference. So once you let go of I'm too busy to declutter, that mindset, you can move forward. So here's how you can overcome that. So number one is to review your plan and your vision for a simpler life. So schedule an appointment with yourself just like you would with your doctor or with a business appointment. You don't miss those. So if you take your decluttering seriously, you won't miss that appointment either. The second step is to keep envisioning the life that you want after clutter. So once your desk is completely cleaned off, you'll be able to work better. Once your kitchen counters are cleaned off, you just feel better walking into the house. Once you can, declutter your master bathroom vanity, you can actually find things. So keep that vision alive. And number three is find a decluttering method that really works for you, for your schedule and for your personality. We're all so different. So you've heard me talk about my 15-minute burst method that almost every single day I declutter something, and I only spend 15 minutes on it. Everybody has time, for 15 minutes, and that really works for me. Another one is the rainy day decluttering process. Those are projects that I never even think about until it's a rainy, gloomy day, and I say, I've got to take care of that. And that is kind of inspiring. And then use the shortcuts, the hacks, the strategies that are smart and effective, and they help you. So in all of my blogs and videos, you're going to find many, many tips for ways that you can, get inspired to go ahead and get that decluttering done. And step number 4 is to remind yourself of your why in decluttering. So your why might be downsizing, it might be kids won't have to do it when you're gone, or could be aging. And then the third toughest challenge when downsizing and decluttering is staying motivated. So we all run into this. It's a pretty day and you really don't want to be, inside the house decluttering a closet. So it seems like maybe you were making good progress. You could see it, you could feel it. And it felt great to see some of the clutter disappear from your life. But then you start to lose focus and the momentum, and you start to get distracted. There are other things you'd rather be doing, and maybe you're physically exhausted and you just, don't have the energy for it right now. And another one is you just can't seem to make even one more decision. So decision fatigue has set in. So what do you do to get back on track, to get motivated again so you can complete the task of decluttering? So these are ways that you can overcome the challenge of staying motivated. Number 1 is to step back and take a break. So what's wrong with getting tired of doing this? I think you're perfectly normal and perfectly human to say, this is a big project and I'm kind of tired of it right now. So step back, take a break. I even took a whole summer off when I was decluttering, because it's okay to not push yourself when you just don't want to be pushed. Because actually then, as long as you keep that why in mind, like I wanted to have a simpler life with less, that's going to pull you back in when you have the energy and the motivation again. And the second step is to get a decluttering buddy. So you might not be motivated yourself, but if you have a committed decluttering partner who does show up on time each week, likely you're going to regenerate that energy needed because your partner is serious about helping you declutter, and just maybe by guilt alone you feel that you want to declutter too, so it kind of inspires you. A third step is to use every decluttering tool and shortcut and hack imaginable. Those things that will kickstart your motivation. So it could be very short bursts of decluttering that you see good progress. It could be decluttering things that have worked for you in the past. It could be just scheduling, 5 or 10 minutes every single day, every in the morning and the evening, to declutter. So whatever works for you, use those tools that have worked and keep using them. And number 4, have organizing areas that you've already organize the areas that you've already decluttered. So it's kind of exciting to see less in some of your drawers or in your closet, where you can actually find things that you're looking for. So when you take time after you've decluttered to organize these, it's actually cathartic. It's soothing, but only after you've decluttered first. And then number 5, if you find yourself on a roll, just let it rip, keep going. If you have the energy and the desire to declutter, and if it's something off the charts, just keep going, so go with the flow. And there are times like this that we have so much energy that's exciting. So, and it's highly productive, and it's definitely something to take advantage of when that does occur. And number 5 is review your plan and your schedule. So sometimes we've been a little too hard on ourselves, maybe too aggressive, too demanding. So slow it down, revise your decluttering schedule. What's realistic for you and your schedule right now? So it could well be that it's summertime and you want to spend more time outside. It could, be that, maybe your kids are at home from school and you want to spend more time with them. So it's okay to revise that decluttering plan and your schedule, and then maybe in September pick it up again. So bottom line is, these are the 3 toughest challenges that people face, and they're real. So getting started, finding time, and staying motivated. You'll experience them at some point along that decluttering journey. So stop to recognize them for what they are. Check out my list of ways to overcome those challenges, because you can and you will succeed if you just keep moving forward, one drawer, one shelf, one closet at a time. I hope this helps.